Alright friends, welcome to Mining Positivity, and today is the Monday Mind. If you are new around here, and I always have to throw this in, this is an episode we have once a month where we just mine something and talk about some positive things. Before we get into our thought for the week, and also, can we just say like how is it August already? I just can't believe how quickly this year is going by, and it feels like I recorded the Monday Mind for July like last week, but it's been a month. Before we get started, though, I just want to show you I've been doing some decorating in here. I took a lot of the items we found in the chest and made an actual fort. I've got a nether portal ready to go. We'll fire that up later on. I haven't gone through there yet because I'm scared. There's some things I want to do here first. But we got like a nice little bedroom area. I've got these bars up because, I don't know, I think they'll protect me from the Warden, even though I know they won't. I made entry points that the Warden cannot fit through, so at least that, but he would Sonic Boom us and kill us anyways. And yeah, we've got this entry point here, but yeah, I've just been decorating. I think it looks cool. I like the way it looks. Our mine entrance is over here where we came in, but it just gives us a nice accessible mine, so that's cool. And I love the way this stuff just looks. Like, I didn't really change too much about that. I kind of extended and filled in some spots, but it looks really nice in here. I'm really enjoying this. But the other thing I want to do real quick is we have a wandering trader that spawned here, and he has some saplings, so I'm going to buy 4 of these because we are going to need some wood, and I think that's actually what I'm going to start doing. If you remember from the last episode, we got some bone meal from, well, we don't have bone meal yet, but we got some bones that we found. I got to remember where those actually went. Here they are. We'll turn that into bone meal. And then we'll start making some trees so we have plenty of wood down here. So let's do that. Yeah, we've got plenty. So, hopefully you guys are having a good start to your week. I know it's a Monday. You know, if you're working, there's work stuff. If you're on summer break, congratulations. You're probably getting ready to go back to school. But, yeah. Oh, wait. We need dirt. Yeah, dirt's a thing. Do we have any dirt? I don't think we have any dirt. So we may not be we may not be mining this at all. Wait. I think I do remember there being some. No, it was granite. I thought there was something. Do I have dirt in my end chest for some reason? I used to. Oh, there was. I know where we can get some. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna go ahead and put this bone meal here. And I'm going to talk to you guys while we travel up to the place where I believe I have some dirt. Because I remember, at least I can go back to the place where I popped out of the ground and then found my way back in here. So we'll find some dirt there. But what I wanted to share with you guys was an image I saw online this week, and it really just got me thinking. And I'm going to read it to you real quick. And here's what it says. It says, "Your life isn't yours if you always care what someone else thinks." I'm going to read that again, and I want you to really think about this and all the possibilities this can apply to. Your life isn't yours if you always care what someone else thinks. So I saw this, and at first I was like, oh, that's a really good quote. And I thought, like, in the most basic sense of, like, you know, don't just run around looking for approval, because that will lead you toward a place of disappointment. So I was like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's cool. But the more I thought about it, the more I started thinking about, like, well, yeah, but also, too, like, why do we do that? Like, why do we kind of default into that anyways? And so that's kind of what I want to start talking about today. Well, let's get myself up to this top point, and then we'll start heading this way. It was a long way down here. Like, I was digging like crazy. Still got a little bit more to go. Okay, so your life isn't yours if you're always worried what someone else thinks, right? So I was thinking about, like, well, how did we get to this point where we started even caring so much about what others think, and, like, why is that embedded into us? I've talked about this so many times on this channel, but I am fascinated by psychology. psychology has an answer to a large majority of the actions. Like, it gives us reasons to the way we act the way we act. And so I was really kind of like thinking back to childhood stuff, because a lot of the things that we believe, a lot of the things that we care about are kind of influenced mostly by our childhood and our upbringing. And so I was thinking about childhood, and this desire to have others approve of us is really kind of embedded in us pretty early on, right? So think about when you're young and you're in school. You make something at school. What do? You come home with that thing. You show it to your caregiver, mom, dad, maybe just a caregiver, if that's how you were raised. And you look for what? You look for approval. You look for them to say, good job. That piece of art looks beautiful. That piece of art is awesome. Your use of color is amazing. And so when we receive that, we feel good. And we're like, yeah, that's true. Like, thank you. That felt good to hear. And so what happens when we're in school and we do our homework? Yeah, we turn it in, and the teacher grades it. And maybe we're hoping for a good grade, but what we're really probably hoping for is good job on the homework. You are really skilled at writing. Your use of words or colors or images in that particular project were really good. And then we feel good, right? We hear that and then we feel good. So it kind of does start at a pretty early age. And then that continues for a long time while we're in school. And then it continues throughout our life. So I was thinking about later in life, maybe we go to college. And that thing continues again. But now it starts to extend to our peers, right? We look for our peers to approve of the way that we're behaving at college, whether that's behaving in a way that's super into partying or super into academics. We look for our professors to tell us that we're highly intelligent and that, we are doing very well in their course because we're just so brilliant. I mean, it sounds funny, but these are the things we hope for. We have jobs. We do hard work at our jobs so that we can what? Maybe get our supervisors to say to us, like, you're doing a fantastic job, and hopefully that turns into some kind of monetary gain. And so we continue to train our brain, because every time we do something, we're training our brain. So we continue to train our brain to say, yes, I do something because I want approval from somebody else for this particular thing. Going back to that statement, if your life isn't yours if you always care what someone else thinks. And so we basically hand the value of whatever that thing is to the other person to determine whether or not it has value. We strip it away from ourselves instead of keeping that. Because when we initially do those things or create something, it is up to us to decide whether that thing has value. But the moment we look for someone else to approve for it, we hand that power away and say, please tell me whether or not this thing has value. And so that continues, and it happens also too, going back into our childhood. We're playing sports. What do we want? We want to be picked, but we want to be picked first, right? For the team, because then that means we're better, that we have value, and that somebody else saw that in us and chose us for that particular thing. So I would like to challenge you to learn to love yourself and the things you do for you. To not allow yourself to become obsessed with focusing on what others are going to think about the things that you are doing or not doing. This is very difficult later in life. When you're younger, it's a lot easier because you haven't trained your mind to care about every single thing that you've done needing approval for someone yet. But as we get older and that gets ingrained in us, everything we start to do can potentially be an opportunity for us to want to win someone's approval. So ask yourself some simple things. Let's start with some real basics. When we get up in the morning and we go to get dressed, we go to pick out our clothes. We think about, I have this to do today, that to do today. I want to wear X, Y, and Z. Are we asking ourselves why am I picking out X, Y, and Z? Is it for me? Or is it because I think so-and-so will like it? Because I think the other kids in class will think it's cool? Because I think my coworkers would approve of this particular thing? Is that why we're doing what we're doing? Or is it because we really enjoy that particular outfit? Like, we like the way we look in it, we like the way we feel in it, and that's why we picked it. Let's talk about, like, makeup. And, you know, guys wearing particular hairstyles or a particular bearded look, you know? That's cool. So we decide we want those things, but then why are we deciding we want those things? Is there a particular reason? Is it because we think someone else will approve of it? I'm just going to remove these because that's stopping that. Anytime you have anything around there, will stop the tree from growing. Please grow, tree. All right, let's talk about, like, weight loss. This is a big one, right? A lot of people struggle with weight loss. And so, or weight gain, maybe. You know, I feel like I don't weigh enough. I need to put on some pounds. I feel like I weigh too much. And I need to lose some weight. Okay, you decide those things, but why are you deciding them? Because you feel that way? Or because you want other people to approve of the way you look? So you need to gain weight, or you need to lose weight because the current way you look is not giving you the approval from the people around you. And so I want to stop for a second with these examples. I want to talk about, are any of these things bad? No, none of these things are bad. You want to wear your beard a certain way? Awesome. You want to wear a certain type of makeup? Fantastic. You want to wear, you know, whatever clothes. For me, I love, like, 90s look stuff. I love, like, flannels tied around the waist, that kind of thing. Looks ridiculous, but I like it. You know, no, there's nothing wrong with any of that kind of stuff. You do what you want to do. The problem is, if everything we're doing becomes a, well, what is everyone else going to think about this? That's where the problem comes in. Because that's where we can get into trouble. This does not have silk touch on it, right? No. Okay, that's where we can get into trouble and get too focused, hyper-focused actually, on what other people think and what other people want from us. And that is dangerous. The reason why that is so dangerous, though, is because what happens when people tell you, I don't like those things, but you do? Well, you change and you conform to what they think, and then you rob yourself of actually being happy. I think about a lot of people who take jobs because it will give them a certain status in society, or it will give them a certain amount of pay, or allow them to live in a particular area, but they hate the job. All that winds up doing is producing a sad, unfulfilled life. And so they walk around super miserable, super angry, super upset, and really for no reason. They don't have to live that way, but they've got themselves to believe like this is their path because they need to have XYZ, whatever XYZ may be. And so for a second there, I thought, why do I only have one piece of spruce? And then I saw the other piece right there. But yeah, so we have to be careful that we don't allow ourselves to get caught up in what other people think only. And that we make our choices based upon what makes us happy. And so I want to end this conversation with this particular quote one last time. Your life isn't yours if you always care what someone else thinks. Friends, you are fantastic, and you do not need approval for anything from anybody. Just be yourself. And if people, and it's not harming anyone, I'm not talking about be yourself, you like beating people up, so beat people up. Absolutely not. But if the things that you enjoy don't harm anybody, then just be yourself and train your brain to not care what others think. That doesn't mean be a hermit. That doesn't mean isolate yourself. It just means don't let your life be an endless chasing of other people's approval. Just love yourself and love the things that you love. Thank you for joining me today. I'm not going to end the episode right here, right yet. We're about 16 minutes in. I want to do some more of this, but I also want to talk about what the next steps are. So we kind of went kind of deep into here, but I really want to explore a lot further into this area once we have the wood. The wood is for some trapdoors. I've come up with some... I went into creative mode on a world and spawned in a bunch of wardens and kind of played around with some traps. But if you just dig a 2x2 hole and then have some trapdoors on either side, the warden will just kind of walk in there. That's not going to keep you safe, though. He's still going to do a sonic boom blast and all those things, but it can give you an escape. And so kind of my idea is that we can go into this area. I really should not be running around here, but we can go into this area over here and kind of build some of these traps around so that if we spawned a warden accidentally, then we can run to the traps and hopefully get away. Also, there's some scary things around here. Also, we have this base so that we have a respawn place pretty close by, but hopefully we can get in here. Then the sonic boom might kill us, but we can just respawn upstairs in our bedroom, come down, pick our stuff up, and then the warden should be off our trail. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to do on the next episode. I'm hoping you guys will join me. We're really close to 100 subscribers, and I'm really excited about that. So, which I know for a lot of people is probably like, really, 100 subscribers? But for me, that's exciting because this is just a passion project. So, you know, I'm just some guy on here playing Minecraft, and people are liking it. So it's encouraging to me. I like it. I'm not doing it for subscribers. That's what we just talked about. I'm doing it because I enjoy it. But I like the idea that other people are getting joy out of what I'm doing. And so that's just fun to see. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to see you on the next episode of Mining Positivity. Bye, friends.